Good morning, gorgeous. Oh, bit of a frog in my throat. Good morning, gorgeous ones. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is a little uncertain in Melbourne. We're all a bit anxious about the increase in number of COVID cases and what that's going to mean for us. But what I'm trying to do in managing my mind is recognise that actually I can't do anything about it. It is going to be what it's going to be, and therefore me wasting time fretting over what may or may not happen is unhelpful. Now today I'm talking about food as a treat. And it's really, really interesting. I mean, it's not interesting. It's marketing. Marketing has, driven us that message home to us. And I was thinking last night about an ad that I used to see on telly, and it was an ad for, there was two mums or two women organising a barbecue, and one of them says to the other one, "Don't bring anything." In fact, thinking further back, it was actually a bloke. One of them said to the bloke, anyway, there was some message, "Don't bring anything, we've got it all sorted." And she goes home and says to the guy, no, she doesn't mean don't bring anything, we've got to take something. And so they run off to the shop and they buy a box of Cadbury favourites. And the line is, the gift you take or the thing you take when you're asked not to bring anything. Now, don't you think this is really interesting? Because what it does is it preys on our insecurity of doing the wrong thing. So you're trying to read the message. They said not to bring anything, but maybe they meant bring something. So what I'm going to bring is sugary shit. Now, of course, they don't say that because that's not going to sell many boxes. So my thing is, right, if somebody says don't bring anything, you've got a couple of options. You actually honour that as the truth. Don't bring anything. If they say don't bring anything, they don't want you to bring anything. Some people are really thingy. They like to, they like control. They like to have everything organised their way. That's fine. If that's what they want to do, you can honour that and don't feel guilty. The second thing is, if you really must bring something, remember that's about you, not them, then don't bring food. Okay, don't take boxes of chocolates, bring a plant, take a thing of herbs. There are plenty of non-food things that you can take if you want to demonstrate your appreciation for an invitation. But when we take food, and again, I'm going to call it a food product, then we're buying into that whole messaging that food is, a gift, a reward, a treat. And the food is actually, obviously sugary stuff. Now, again, it's not our fault that we believe that. Years ago, 100 years ago or whatever, sugar was rare and expensive. And so that's where it sort of came from. This thing that we don't have very often, it's rare and expensive, a bit like, I don't know, maybe what we would now consider oysters for some people, not that they're rare, but they're quite expensive, or truffles, those truffle that, not chocolate truffles, the pig eating ones that are super expensive and you just have a little bit because they're so expensive. So it came from that. It was a luxury. It's not anymore. It is cheap and nasty. So think more about that sugar is involved in hyper-palatable, highly processed, chemical-laden, cheap stuff. If I'm going to a friend's house and I want to take a gift as my appreciation, I'm not taking her cheap stuff. I mean, it doesn't have to be expensive. So just be mindful of where I'm using that word cheap and nasty. But what I would take is a bunch of flowers, a bowl of herbs, you can often get them like just a little pot plant, lots of things. You don't need to give food to show your appreciation. I think that's something that we really need to tackle as part of separating emotion from food. That's it for today's lovelies. Now, do you want to know, it's not exciting. My shopping's just arrived. I do online shopping and it's just arrived, and people say, how do you plan your meals? As you know, I don't plan my meals, but I always have food in the fridge. So I always buy a whole bunch of proteins. This week I think we've got fish, we've got some meat, we've got beef, lamb, chicken, and it just sits in the fridge, and I decide on the day what I'm going to cook. It's not hard to decide because I've always got the protein, some veggies, some fat, and some flavour. Our Build a Plate formula. Lovelies, that's it this morning. I think if you've listened, a podcast was live yesterday on food shaming. It's very interesting. Lots of good feedback from that. And as a final little reminder, our birthday bundle, which is our new 4-week program, the Doctor's Complete Guide to Low Carb Living, and a separate program, which is a 30-day hypnosis program. You don't have to do them every day. You get to keep it forever. Do it at your own pace. It's selling like low carb hotcakes. Anyway, good for us. Have a wonderful day, lovelies. See you tomorrow. Bye now.